Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Vacation Nights Live here at Travel Planners International headquarters. We are so excited. I mean, this is going to be a thrill ride. We've got Dave here from Celebrity.
Hello.
He's the host of this. Without him, we would not be here. As you can see, I'm ready to go exploring tonight. Where are we going?
Good. We're going, where do you want to go?
I want to go to the Galapagos.
I'm in.
I've never been.
Who wants to go to the Galapagos?
Yeah. All right.
All right.
And who doesn't? Okay, who doesn't want to go to the Galapagos? I don't know anybody that doesn't know. Well, again, Dave, I want to thank you. Now get out of my camera.
I'm already, all right,
Yeah.
well, bye. That was fun.
Yeah, bye.
All right.
Go. Because he's really not coming to the Galapagos. He was just telling us where we were going to go. Because we have someone here.
Watch your hands.
She's the real talent. She's the one that is going to tell us all about the Galapagos and why we want to go to the Galapagos and what we're going to see and what we're going to be able to do and what we're going to get when we go to the Galapagos with Celebrity Cruise Line. She's busy getting mic'd up, so I'm going to start telling you about the Galapagos. Unfortunately, all you people out there can't see them, but people here in the house have little animals, little plastic animals. Oh yeah, we've got some in the front there. I don't know if you can see them. Because we wanted to showcase the fauna, and we've actually got some flora on here too, of the Galapagos. Because of course we all know that is one of the main things. Here she comes! Yay! This is Gloria Galapagos.
Yes, that is my middle name these days.
Gloria's here to tease and entice and thrill you with all things Galapagos. So you're the expert, Gloria. Where do you want to start? What is the number one thing you want to tell people about the Galapagos?
It's an adventure you definitely do not want to miss, at least once in your lifetime.
There we go.
Yes.
So no missing. You heard it here.
We're ready to roll?
Roll
All
away.
right. So today, thank you for joining us, of course. We're going to take you on a little journey of the Galapagos Islands with Celebrity Cruises. And I will share a few short stories about my experience in the Galapagos and why everyone should venture to go on this amazing adventure, of course. First of all, we like to describe our Galapagos cruise at Celebrity as being a seamless, all-inclusive, environmentally friendly cruise done in a celebrity style. How many people have been on Celebrity cruises? Ooh, I see a lot of hands. I love
Look at
this
that.
crowd.
And we know.
And I'm sure all of
them.
you have
They're
been
all
on
out there on
Celebrity
live
Cruises.
stream land. They're all raising their
Absolutely.
hand.
Well, thank you for your loyalty. This is a very different cruise than anything that Celebrity has to offer. And that's why we wanted to take a little bit of your time tonight to take you on this journey. And with that, I'm going to show you a beautiful video so that you get a glimpse of what you can expect.
Ooh, I love videos.
Experience the best of the Galapagos with the best premium cruise line. Celebrity Cruises. Sail beyond borders.
Short and sweet.
That
but you
was a
can-
tease, man.
Yeah,
That
was
was
a
a tease.
tease. It makes you ready to go. I know it does.
Wow.
Our most popular package at Celebrity in the Galapagos is our 10-night all-inclusive package. And this includes a 2-night pre in Quito, Ecuador. It also includes, of course, your transfers, your hotel stay, all of your meals, your beverages. Once you have your tours in Quito, then we give you a round-trip flight to Baltra, Galapagos. That's where the adventure in the Galapagos begins. And then on board our ship in the Galapagos, everything is included as well. All the meals, all the beverages, your excursions with our Galapagos naturalist from the national park, your fees for the park, snorkeling equipment, anything that you can think of that you'll need in the Galapagos. The only thing you have to bring is some money for souvenirs. They have these awesome booby shirts that everybody likes to pick up and bring one back. So that's really all you need, some money for souvenirs. Everything else is included. Now, besides that 10-night package, which I said was really our most popular one because it gets you into Ecuador 2 days prior, and that makes it safe for you to make sure you don't miss your ship in the Galapagos. We also offer an 11-night, which is an extra night in Quito upon the return. We also offer your 16-night extension into Machu Picchu, Peru.
Ooh, wow.
So the way that works is you go into Quito, you have your 2 nights pre, you have a wonderful 7-night cruise in the Galapagos, and then on the return, we'll fly you out to Lima. You'll have a couple of nights in Lima. You'll visit the Sacred Valley, Cusco, and of course the iconic Machu Picchu. Everything again is included. All the properties that we work with in Peru are amazing, 5- and 6-star properties. And it's just a marvelous experience if you're up for it, since you're down in South America already, right? So those are the options there. Now there are some guests, and I've had some questions here today about altitude in Quito. So there are some guests that cannot travel to places with very high altitude. And for those guests, we do have a workaround. There you would probably fly into the city of Guayaquil, Ecuador. And from there, you can fly out to the Baltra Galapagos and catch the 7-night cruise. So with that, you would only be booking the 7-night cruise with Celebrity Cruises at that point. Now, here's a great picture of the hotel in Quito. It's a wonderful property. It's the JW Marriott. We've partnered with them for more than 14 years now. They really know what we expect for our guests. They do it right. They have a wonderful concierge desk for Celebrity. So when you arrive, once your tour guides have picked you up at the airport and they bring you over to the JW, we have a concierge waiting with your room keys, refreshments. It's that particular desk where you would go if you have any questions, and it's very seamless from that point forward. Nice. And then the next day, you have an amazing day in Quito, Ecuador. It's a beautiful city. You get a walking tour of the colonial city. We get to go to lunch at a fabulous restaurant right in the center of town. You visit the palace. And then in the afternoon, we get to visit the Middle of the World Museum. There, they have a lot of fun activities. You get to walk on the equator, so that's a lot of fun. And they really teach you a lot about the natives in Quito. It's just a really fun-filled afternoon with your fellow explorers. You get escorted back to the hotel. You enjoy a little time to freshen up, and then you're out again, city of Quito at night for a wonderful dinner at yet another restaurant that we've selected for you. So it's really a beautiful day there. That night, we'll take care of your luggage in the hotel. We'll collect it. We'll go through inspection so that you don't have to worry about that when you're going to the Galapagos at the airport. And the next morning, we basically transfer you to the airport and you go on your flight into Baltra. Many people ask me about the flight, the plane. Is it a tiny little plane? Do I have to worry? You know, we get a lot of guests that are very concerned about it. It's not. It's a great plane. It's a 319 or a 320 Airbus with Avianca. That's who we're partnering currently. And they're really wonderful with us. It's a great flight. It's about an hour and 45 minutes to 2-hour flight from Quito into Baltra Galapagos. And once you get to the Galapagos, well, that's it. This is where the adventure begins. This is what you've been waiting for. Our naturalists are waiting at the airport. We have a fabulous VIP section at the airport for our celebrity guests. So when you get there, the naturalists will greet you. They will go off and collect your luggage, go through inspections while you sit down, enjoy a refreshment, and just have a little while there. When the naturalist comes back, everything is taken care of, and you're off to the pier. And this wonderful raft that you see here, it's a Zodiac or a tender, depending on what it is. It's really going to be your main form of transportation from the islands over to the ship for 7 days. So you want to make sure That's just, I mean, really an adventure in itself because you see a lot of wildlife even when you're going on these rides back and forth to the ship. But you just want to make sure you're going to be climbing in and out so you have the right walking shoes, great water shoes because some of the landings are about knee deep into the water. And of course, our naturalists are there every step of the way to help you on and off. And we have very small groups, only 10 guests on every tour. So that's what you can expect. But I had a lot of times when I would go on a Zodiac ride. I wanted to do it all, of course. And I would go on a Zodiac ride, and the naturalists knew exactly where to take us. So that's how I got to see the Galapagos penguins. They were not on the islands, you know, they were just kind of hiding away and on the shore. And so the naturalists knew exactly where to take us on the Zodiac, and that's how we got to see those. Here's a great example now that we're talking about our naturalists. Our naturalists on board are mainly from the Galapagos Islands. Many of them are biology majors, so they're experts and they're passionate about their islands and the animals and, of course, everything that you're going to learn about. They know all about how these animals interact with the flora in the islands, and they will share their experience. They also know what's going on with every animal when you're visiting. So they'll be able to tell you exactly what part of their cycle they're in and what you want to be looking for those beautiful vacation pictures and videos, of course. You get to stand about 5 or 6 feet away from the animals. Many of them approach you. They're not afraid of humans. So that is the big, big, big deal in the Galapagos. These animals are not afraid. They will approach you. They're fun. They're playful. You kind of have to step back.
And Gloria, is that because they've been so protected, so nobody's out hunting them, so they have no reason to be afraid?
Exactly. They don't know fear. They've never been harmed by anyone. So they do not react to humans in a negative way. They approach you, they go about their business, and they just look at you as if you were another animal on their island,
Well,
really.
we kind of are, aren't we?
So it's just a very different experience than anything you can expect, even in Alaska. You know, I've been to Alaska several times. You have to kind of search for the animals. You never come very close, and if you do, oof, they're off. Well, guess what? In the Galapagos, you're going to get to interact with them. You're going to take the best pictures. I wish I would have brought one. I have
I mean,
one.
They look pretty close to that tortoise, right?
I have one where I'm just laying next to a sea lion on the beach. You know, I mean, it's about 3 feet away. So you get a lot of opportunities, but the most important part is you get to really see them in their natural habitat, and it's just a beautiful thing to see. So it's very life-changing. Now, on Fernandina Island is where you're going to find the largest concentration of marine iguanas. These iguanas are also unique to the Galapagos, as many of the animals there are. They've learned how to dive into the ocean for their food. They look for the algae at the bottom of the ocean floor. And they've developed their own mechanism to actually sneeze the salt water out. So that's what makes them unique and different to the, you know, and just unique to the Galapagos Islands, is that no other iguana on Earth has this mechanism. So just very interesting, beautiful colors. They have one that's called a Christmas iguana. It's turquoise and orange. I was lucky to see them as well. And I mean, just gorgeous. I never thought I'd say that about an iguana, by the way. But you really grow fond of these beautiful creatures because they're just so peaceful in their habitat.
And don't forget, then, when you get to go on these cruises, because look, you get bragging rights, man. You know, because how many people can say they saw an aqua orange iguana?
I have the best
or lay down
job in
next
the
to a
world.
seal. Or, so, I mean, that is really cool.
Right, absolutely. And you can get those rights too, of course. So here's a picture of that marine iguana that I talked about, where it's feeding on the algae, and then it'll come up and sneeze all the water out. Flightless cormorant is another beautiful bird. We know the cormorants flying everywhere, but the one in Galapagos has lost its ability to fly. You see how the wings are very small, so it'll actually spread its wings and look like it's about to take off. But guess what? It doesn't need to. It's also learned that by diving into the ocean, it can find plenty of fish. They also go looking for materials to build their nest. And so this is how they've learned to survive, no longer need to fly, and that's the Galapagos cormorant, the flightless cormorant. And you've probably heard of the beautiful boobies. I know I mentioned the t-shirt. We have blue-footed, red-footed, and Nazca boobies in the Galapagos. And on several of the ports that you'll visit, you'll get to see these 3 different species interacting together, which is quite amazing. The blue-footed boobies, I got to see them, I was last there in January last year, and I got to see them as they were nesting. So they had their mate and the eggs, and they were taking care of. These birds did not fly away. They were doing their own mating ritual. They had their eggs, and it was just no issue that we were standing about 4 feet away from them, taking pictures and videos. It was amazing.
So if you do the red one and the blue one, do you get a purple-footed one?
Hey, you know what? There are some new species of the little iguanas that have happened that way, actually. So you never know. You never know.
Strange things in the Galapagos Islands.
Yes, but the red one, it's a living laboratory, I have to say. But the red-footed ones, they tend to be a little bit more elusive. They hide in the trees. They perch on the trees, so you kind of have to look for them, but you will see them there. And the Nazca boobies are amazing. I think they really give meaning to survival of the fittest. These boobies, the Nazca ones, only have 2 eggs per season, and even though both of them hatch, only the strongest one survives. So the strongest one will push the other one away from the food and make sure that it doesn't have access to the food. And I know it sounds cruel.
Hey, survival of the
but
fittest, right?
It is survival of the fittest, and that is really what you're going to see there in the Galapagos Islands. And that's how this beautiful bird has been able to preserve its species. Now, the waved albatross, I think we have a waiver over here, Vicki.
We do. Questions? Oh.
We have
Okay.
some questions.
We do have a question. Yeah, she was really waving away. I thought she was just saying hi there for a while. Okay. I was just watching the boobies, man. I was really Okay, we do have a question. Do all of the itineraries stop at Fernandina Island?
They do not. They do not all stop in Fernandina Island. So really, we have our brochures online, and of course, our Travel Planner International can also send those to you if you don't have them. But we do have different itineraries. So it's definitely important that you look at that. And actually, speaking of itineraries, this is the one bird, the waved albatross, that you can only find on Española Island. Other than this, you'll see all these beautiful animals throughout the islands. They're very balanced. It doesn't really matter what different itinerary you choose for your clients or your guests choose for themselves. It's really about when is the best time for them to go or for you to go. So if you want to see the waved albatross during their ritual, their mating ritual, they're there from April through November, and they're only on the island of Española. So that would be the only place that you would want to make sure it's one of your ports of calls if you want to see this in action. But that's a great question. Thank you so much. Now, of course, we have beautiful beaches in the Galapagos, and snorkeling is a big highlight. Now, I am not a great swimmer, and I had never done deep water snorkeling until I went to the Galapagos. But again, once you go there, you are so intrigued. You just want to do it all.
You become an explorer.
You become an explorer, you become an adventurer, and you're willing to take the chance. Now, our naturalists are with you every step of the way, groups of 10 guests, and they encourage you to try something, even if it's an activity you haven't tried before. So, funny story with me, I had this wonderful family from Seattle, and it was what we call a multi-generational family. So grandfather, their kids, their grandkids, and we go snorkeling, and I happen to be with this family. And of course, I have all my gear. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm going deep water, have my floating device. It's all good. Now I get in there, and the grandfather yells out, "Hey, Gloria, come on, keep up." And then he says, "Come see the sharks." And of course, you see everybody starts swimming away. And then the naturalist, of course, says, "No, come see the sharks, because in the Galapagos they have the white tip and the black tip sharks, and they're down, at the bottom, and they are really harmless, and you can see them. You don't have to swim away from them. They're just beautiful. So that was my story with the family from Seattle. But I
So
did
more bragging rights. She got to swim with the
I
sharks.
did the
My
deep
goodness.
water snorkeling, and I made it. So
Awesome.
if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Well, but I'm going to just stop you for 1 second because you mentioned multi-generational. To me, this sounds like a perfect multi-generational experience.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Perfect opportunity for everybody to be the explorers and to teach your kids, I would imagine.
It's fabulous. The families that we have that come on board, they cannot stop talking about their experience. Of course, I also met this wonderful grandmother and her granddaughter out there. It was her gift for going away to college. Oh. And, I had to stop and think, wow, this is the memory that this young lady's going to have about her grandmother,
Forever.
with her grandmother, all these beautiful pictures and video and just fun times that I got to witness, So definitely,
What an experience.
the families
Yeah.
love it, and it's a trip of a lifetime if you can do it with your family. Absolutely. Now, of course, we mentioned the snorkeling. The sea lions will come up to you. They will swim around you. They will play. The babies are beautiful. Again, nothing to worry about. They are not afraid of you. They just want to play with you. And you get to take these amazing underwater videos. So make sure you bring your cameras and your underwater video photography.
We do have a question, again, going back to
Sure.
the multi-generational. Do you have an age minimum on your ships?
That's another good one. So we do not have an age requirement on our ships. However, we do suggest that the kids that come on are at least 7 years of age. And that's so that they can remember the experience, because it's going to be a marvelous experience that they will take with them forever and ever if they can remember it. And they're never going to interact with animals the way they are in the Galapagos. So it's really important that if they can be at least 7 years old, that we go that route.
But that's a recommend.
That's a recommend.
If they have a 6-year-old, bring them.
Absolutely.
With
And
you.
we've had families, that they couldn't come unless they brought their little ones, and the
course.
parents would alternate. And somebody would stay on board with, if it was a baby, that couldn't do the activities, then that's how they handled it.
Right.
So it's absolutely possible, definitely.
Good.
Now, about our ships. You're probably wondering by now, okay, where am I going to sleep? How does this work? Well, we have the beautiful Celebrity Expedition. She really started it all for us 14 years ago. She's beautiful. And in the Galapagos Islands, there's a requirement from the national park where we need to take the ship out to dry dock once a year. So this ship is in magnificent shape. She just came back from dry dock in September, and I brought pictures of everything that we just did so you get to see. So we have the beautiful open spaces, Beagle Grill for outdoor dining. Our guests love to eat outside, and it's just beautiful because you're exposed to the islands at all times, and you get to see a lot of the wildlife in their natural habitat, of course. And our chef, of course, Celebrity Style, prepares the most amazing barbecue lunches out there and dinner under the stars. Ooh. So here I have to stop for a minute and have you just imagine you're out in the middle of these islands, in the middle of nowhere. It's pitch black. And when you look up at the sky, you can see the constellations.
Wow.
It is amazing to see that many stars and to actually identify the constellations. And the naturalists will walk you through all of it if you'd like. They do have some part of formal programming for stargazing as well. So this is a very popular area, the Beagle Grill. It's also where the crew members welcome us back from our excursions with refreshments and all sorts of goodies that they prepare, Celebrity Style, of course. The Discovery Lounge is what I like to call our living room on the expedition. It's where you're going to meet with the naturalists every night and your fellow explorers, and the naturalist is going to give you a briefing on what you can expect the next day, what levels of shore excursions are available, where you're going to be visiting, what wildlife is there, and what they're up to, what part of the cycle they're in. So very important briefing. I really never saw anyone miss that briefing. Everybody was just eager to listen to what was going to happen the next day, and it kept getting better and better. And you get to sign up for your excursions at these meetings. After that, then we have, it's really open bar, of course. Everything is included, as I mentioned earlier. So you have the beautiful bar in the background there. And we have a DJ and music and very just friendly, organic parties that happen at the end of the night before everybody goes back to bed and gets ready for the next day of adventure.
Yeah, because, you know, exploring is very tiring.
Oh, yes, especially in the Galapagos. It's a lot of fun. Well, of course, if you want to do it the way I did, where I was doing everything. Yes,
Aren't the excursions included?
they are included. All
yes.
the excursions are included with the naturalist.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
He was asking if the excursions are included. And
Yes.
yes.
Different levels of excursions?
there are different, so somebody's asking if there are different levels of excursions, and we do have different levels. Everything from just a ride on the tender to see the wildlife, and the naturalist will guide you, of course. Or you can have a beach snorkel, a deep water snorkel, a short walk, a long walk, or a hike. And we do have some kayaking as well. So many different activities, different levels. And again, the naturalist will encourage you to try something. And if at any point you're not comfortable, they won't hesitate to call another tender and have you taken back to the ship, which I loved.
Yeah.
Now, this is Darwin's restaurant. So some of the guests like to have dinner inside on occasion. And we also have breakfast and lunch available here, buffet style. Dinner is a la carte, and it is open seating. So you get to really
like that.
sit with someone new every night if you'd like, or go back to some of the explorers you met earlier on in the week and share your stories and really get to know them better. You make a lot of friends. I still keep in touch with some of the people I've sailed with in the Galapagos, so just amazing people there.
Well, because these ships aren't very large, right?
No, so these are, just remember, these are, if you like the river cruise experience, this is the right size for you. This is only 100 guests. The ships are very small. It's 100 to 300 feet in length, and I'll show you the new larger ship that's coming in a little bit. But I wanted to show you our accommodations on the expedition.
Wow,
So they're beautiful. These are brand new pictures that we just got back. Everything was redone, carpeting, bedding. The expedition, if you need, normally they're double occupancy, but we do have a few cabins in the expedition where you can hold 3 guests. Now, the only thing there is you have to make sure you book that way in advance, and I would say a year and a half to 2 years in advance, pretty much when deployment opens, because since we only have a few of those triple cabins, they go very, very fast.
So make sure you reach out to your Travel Planners International travel agent, because, you know, they're going to know. They're going to find you that triple, or they're going to tell you, they're going to be able to advise you as to when to book to get that triple cabin. If you don't have a Travel Planners International travel agent, contact us and we will find you a travel agent, because our travel agents are rock stars.
Oh, yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
Because TPI rocks.
Yeah. And we explore.
That's right. So now, of course, we've been talking about a beautiful new ship that's coming to the Galapagos, and I'll give you a little background. Our president, Lisa Lutoff-Perlo, went to the Galapagos, and of course, she had this wonderful idea. Well, we've been doing this for 14 years. It's been such a success. Why not build the ship designed specifically for the Galapagos Islands? And that's how Flora was born. And so today I will show you a little video in a bit. But first I wanted to go over some of the specs on the Flora. She's going to hold 100 guests. It's 50 suites. It's all suites. You can see she's designed so that it's outward facing. We can see the islands from anywhere on board the ship. It's all floor to ceiling windows. We have, of course, taken conservation into consideration here. We have water filtration systems in every suite. We have solar panels on board. We have a science lab where there's going to be ongoing research, and our guests will be able to interact
Oh,
with
wow.
the scientists.
See,
Isn't
again,
that cool?
That's really awesome. That's really
Yes.
cool. You might be there when they make a big discovery.
You could.
Might even get credit.
You definitely
Might
could.
help.
Absolutely. Now, one of the biggest, I think, nicest features that we've added on Flora is this beautiful marina that you see. So of course I showed you the tenders at the beginning, and you're climbing in and out with the naturalist holding on to you, doing what they call the Galapagos grip, you know, and getting you on. Now on Flora, we're going to have a marina where you have the it's going to be level. The Zodiacs, the tenders are going to have a hydraulic system that's going to become level with the marina so that it's easy for you to climb in and out of the ship. So that's a new feature that we've added. And the list goes on, and here's the video. So this is the beautiful marina. You can just feel as if you were walking on. Guest relations area is gorgeous, all natural colors. The science lab, where I mentioned we're going to have researchers working. Naturalist lounge, so that you can really figure out what you want to do each day and talk to the naturalist. The seaside restaurant with beautiful floor-to-ceiling windows. The new Discovery Lounge with the bar. Just a beautiful area for you to mingle with the other explorers. We'll have a plunge pool and a whirlpool on board. The Vista, another shaded hideaway for you to relax after your excursions with cabanas. An ocean grill where we mentioned the dinner under the stars and the barbecue lunches. The observatory, it's a private room for 30 guests. And also a library. And here are some of the suites. The Sky Suite. We have the Penthouse Suite, 1,288 square feet. Ultimate Sky Suite with an infinite veranda. The Royal Suite, 560 square feet.
That's mine.
Oh yeah. So what do you think?
Ooh,
Here's the, woo!
she's beautiful.
She
She
is
is gorgeous.
beautiful.
That's my kind of exploring, man.
Yes.
I
And
want
you
to
can
explore the
see,
ship.
Even though she's all suites, you do have quite a nice selection. And they go from 325 square feet all the way to 1,288 square feet.
And I'm going to interrupt you right there because we do have a couple of really, really
Oh,
good questions.
yes.
We're not necessarily about the ship, but some really good questions.
Great.
What is the best time to visit the Galapagos?
That's a great one.
Yeah.
So the Galapagos sits on the equator, and it's an annual type of vacation. You can go anytime during the year. We are there all year round, except for the 2 or 3 weeks where we take the ship out to dry dock. We're open all year round. So it's really very balanced. Temperatures there, I would say, range from about 68 to maybe 85 degrees, depending on what time of year you go. Their seasons are opposite of ours. So if you, for instance, January through April is their summertime. So it's great if you're in a very cold place for winter. You may want to just take your Galapagos cruise and go to a nice tropical area.
And if you're here in Florida in July and you want to get out of the heat.
That's right. It's a perfect time to go to the Galapagos.
So there's not, is there because the other question we have here is there a shoulder season?
So I would say that it's probably the fall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the excursions, we answered that one. Are there limits to how many excursions you can do, and how are they filled? Is it a first come, first serve?
So because they're very small ships and you only have 100 guests maximum, we really don't run into any issues. We have several tenders. We have 6 tenders available. So it's really, they'll open up the excursions the night before, and everyone signs up, and they try to accommodate whatever everybody wants to do. On some cruises, you may get guests that don't want to do the kayaking, but want to do, additional snorkeling. Right. Normally, it's 2 per day. So it's 1 in the morning, just so that your morning starts around 7 o'clock in the morning with breakfast, and you're out. You're out on the islands from about 8 or 8:30 in the morning. We'll bring you back on board for lunch around noonish, and then you get to relax for a little bit, have a siesta, and you're back out again if you'd like to go on a second excursion that afternoon. So they'll give you all the options, and then you can pretty much sign up, but we don't run into a lot of issues with them filling because of the size of the ship.
Right, and because you guys have enough naturalists and enough Zodiacs that you can
We
pretty
can
much
accommodate. Absolutely.
You can shift if more people want to do the short walk than the long walk or the
Exactly.
kayaking. Sounds pretty
Exactly.
good to me. I have one other question, and this one goes back to more on the ship. Is there self-service laundry on board? I guess they're really going exploring. They're expecting to get dirty.
So we do have laundry service available. However, it's done by the crew members, so it's not self-service.
Okay, not self-service.
Not self-service.
But they can get laundry
But
taken care
they
of.
can have their laundry taken care of. On Flora, that's a great question now that we're talking about Flora, that is one of the complimentary features. So of course, being an all-suite vessel, we're going to have amazing, luxurious features and amenities. Oh, we have a question, yes?
Is there a dress code for dinner?
Is there a dress code for dinner? So the beauty of the Galapagos, and I have to say that by day 2, I was really into it. No makeup,
She
no
became
formal
an
wear.
explorer.
no formal wear. It's all about your adventure gear, great water shoes, great walking shoes. We don't like to say branded, but if you want to have an example of the Columbia adventure wear, that's a great type of
LL Bean.
Yeah, LL Bean. So very cool. Make sure you have your SPF, your hats, your sunblock, your cameras, and your GoPros, which I think.
Oh, shh.
Okay, I
You
won't
didn't
say
announce
anything.
that yet,
I won't
actually.
say anything else. But we do have amazing features and amenities on board Flora. So you're going to have a wonderful backpack upon arrival, champagne or sparkling wine, whatever your preference is. All of the staterooms have high-speed Wi-Fi. All of them have that water filtration system we talked about, and you get your beautiful Galapagos bottle upon arrival. We don't do plastic or straws in the Galapagos, of course. It's all about conservation. And just the list goes on and on. So you'll have beautiful bathrobes, access to binoculars, so just everything that you could possibly need on your adventure. And in addition, we've actually just announced a few weeks back that we're offering these beautiful cabanas on the top deck of our new ship, Celebrity Flora, for Galapagos glamping. So glamping, for those of you that haven't heard, is a combination of glamorous camping. For all of those, obviously we cannot camp out on the islands. They're very, very protected and secured and we restricted, of course, so we cannot camp out on the islands. But you can camp out on board the Flora.
Oh, really?
And it's going to include an amazing culinary experience with our chef. It's also going to include some time with the naturalist so that you have some one-on-one time to really ask all those questions, stargazing. And if you'd like to sleep under the stars, you will have access to a wonderful cabana with a bed. And the next morning, you'll have an amazing breakfast brought to you at sunrise.
So now this is an additional.
This is an additional experience. It's $299 for the experience.
That's not bad.
For the stateroom. And so
For the stateroom?
Yeah. It's just, and we only have.
We're all going, oh, we're in.
We only have 2 opportunities per night. So 2 of the suites will be able to have this experience per night because you get 2 cabanas for each suite.
Now, we got to go ask the question because we talked about triples, and you say it's for the cabin. So, mom, dad, and 10-year-old. Can they
So-
all fit in that bed?
So on Flora, we do not have triples.
Oh.
The only ship
Oh,
that
so
offers
good
the
thing I
triples,
asked that
good thing you
question.
asked, that's a great question, is the Expedition. Flora does have connecting suites, but they are all suites, and if you're wanting to bring your kids or siblings or family, you're gonna have 2 suites that can connect. And we could definitely do that. And then you would have to rent both of the cabanas, one for each cabin.
Right. Again, call your travel agent because they'll hook you up.
This will definitely be the most amazing, glamorous ship in the Galapagos, the most luxurious ship in the
looks like
Galapagos Islands. And we're so excited. She's coming at the end of May of this year, May 26th. We have a question. Yes.
With the glamping, can that be booked ahead of time or is that booked on board?
So with the glamping, she wants to know if it can be booked ahead of time or if it needs to be booked on board. The answer is on board. We will be booking everything on board. Again, in the Galapagos, the naturalist will take care of everything every night, all of the reservations for excursions and for the glamping as well. Yes.
In the dining room, I couldn't tell, the tables are 5, or how many people to a table?
They actually have different sizes.
Tables. We're
They
talking-
have different
He was
size
asking about
tables.
how,
Oh,
the
yes.
size of the tables in the dining room. How large were they? How many do they seat?
Yeah, so
I'll
they,
bring a group on, are we all still gonna be connected?
yes. So he's asking if we brings a group on, are they able to sit together at dinner? Absolutely. They can move those tables around and accommodate the guests and the groups that we have on board, absolutely.
Okay, and we have a couple questions coming through here. What is the minimum number of people and ships allowed per day in the Galapagos?
So we only have 164 permits per week. But we do have alternating itineraries. So I guess to answer this question, when the guests come on the islands, you'll only see our guests on the islands. We won't ever see another ship at the same time. The Galapagos National Park really tracks the commute and so the visiting there, and they make sure that we only get to visit one island at a time.
So they stagger the
And
different
they
ships?
stagger, yes,
Okay.
they stagger the ships, and they also alternate the itineraries for that same reason.
Okay, and one last question on here. Is there an infirmary on the ship?
We do have a doctor on board, and yes, there is an infirmary and equipment on board the ship. Yes.
Any other questions, David?
Diving, are you supplying the equipment, or do we bring our own?
So-
Is there diving on
So
the
there was a
ships?
question on diving. We do not offer diving. We do offer snorkeling, and all of the equipment is included. All of the equipment is included, and we have all different types of suits, long suits, short suits, long sleeve, short sleeve, all sizes. So just to accommodate everyone. Yep, everyone.
Round suit?
And they're really great, those wetsuits. You don't get to feel the water temperature at all. I mean, I was there in January, which is their summer. So it's about 72 degrees in the water. One more thing on Quito. If you're doing our 10-night package, which begins in Quito, Ecuador, there is a little bit of a difference there in the weather. We recommend that you bring a windbreaker because it tends to change.
Even in their summer?
Yeah, it tends to change. So when I was there in January, it went down to about 55 degrees in Quito. And then all of a sudden, it got warmer. And you just take off your windbreaker and you're good.
So layers,
So, yeah.
layers.
What's the temperature in the Galapagos?
The Galapagos is more tropical, so we range from about 68 to 85 degrees.
That's the average temperature, right? That's on the equator.
Yes.
It's a
You
question,
want- What about the currency in Ecuador?
oh, the currency, what is it? Is
So
the-
actually, they're using dollars.
Dollars.
Yeah, they're using dollars as
Oh,
well.
so there you go. So you don't even have
The
to pay
currency in
the
Ecuador.
exchange rates, you can just spend your dollars.
That's right.
Yep. Although,
They do-
again, you don't have to bring too much, right? Because all you're spending your money on
On
is souvenirs.
But they do have this beautiful marketplace. Upon your return to Quito from the Galapagos, that's the afternoon tour. They take you to a local marketplace, and you really have a chance to buy a lot of their just local beautiful artifacts and amazing artwork that they have, and very, very nice items. So you can definitely take advantage of that. And then dinner is included that night as well. Some of our guests leave that night, but you do have that night included in your 10-night package if you want to stay the night and leave home the next morning.
Nice.
But at the end of it all, it's really about the experience on the Galapagos. And I can guarantee it's going to be a different experience for each and every one of you when you visit. One thing I can say is you will have an interaction with these beautiful animals. And you'll be able to come back and share your stories. And of course, hopefully get more people to visit this beautiful archipelago, which is so unique. And it's the only place in the world with these animals. Either ship is amazing. It's all about how you like to travel and how you like to vacation. But they're both magnificent, and of course, it's all done celebrity and modern luxury style, right? And with that, I will open it up to any more questions that you may have.
And I understand, though, too, that there's some specials going on, right? You
Yes.
guys are getting, so there's some deals out there. So now is the time, if
Yes.
you are interested in Galapagos, and if we've enticed you enough to want to go and come with me to look for the purple-footed booby.
So you definitely want to look at our promotions, we have an amazing air offer. If you book your flights into Quito, which is the only portion that is not included in the trip, if you book it with Flights by Celebrity, we're offering on the Expedition up to $2,000 credit per booking. So that pretty much takes care of your air.
There you go.
And on the Flora, we're offering up to $1,500 per person if you book Flights by Celebrity, or $1,000 off if you just book the Flora vacation package without the air. So
So again, reach out to your
reach
travel
out to
agent.
your agent.
If you're working with a Travel Planners International agent, reach out. They've got all the deals. They know all the deals. As I said, they will hook you up. They will make sure that you have the trip of a lifetime. If you do not have a Travel Planners International travel agent yet, believe me, we have got some incredible agents that would love to help you out and again ensure that you have the vacation of a lifetime. So, I mean, $2,000?
It
I could
covers
come
your
and go
air.
and come and go a couple times on $2,000.
Or you could book business class and go all
Whoa!
out. You know,
Again,
Absolutely.
glamping.
Yes, that's the
And,
way to do it.
this is the way I explore.
That's
and
the
I've already got my
celebrity
hat.
way. Yes, you're ready to
I'm
go.
ready.
I'm taking you, Vicky.
I'm ready.
That's
I'm ready.
it.
Yeah.
This is my favorite slide. It's just gorgeous.
Oh, look at that. I
You'll
love
get
that.
to see these beautiful sunsets and take beautiful pictures with them.
So do we have any other questions? Anybody else out there? Oh,
Can I just-
Dave from Celebrity.
I don't have a microphone on, but if you could remind, and for those of you here, between now and January 28th, if you book a Galapagos cruise with Celebrity on the floor, we're giving away a GoPro camera.
Oh, come on up and tell them.
Series 7 Black.
Come.
Not a microphone, but is that okay?
Well, just yell loudly.
Okay.
He's got another deal for you.
Yes.
I mean, it just keeps on coming.
Okay, so
Come in the middle.
I'll talk loud, so hopefully maybe your microphone will pick me up as well.
Here, we'll go like this.
Okay.
I've had to do this before.
So as another special offer with Celebrity Cruises between now and January 28th, let me just confirm that. Between now, January 23rd to January 28th, if you book a Celebrity Cruise, cruise to Galapagos Islands on the floor, we will give away a complimentary GoPro camera. And it's GoPro Series 7 Black Edition,
That's
which is
cool.
one of the newer edition
They're great
GoPros.
for underwater.
If you book a cruise on the Celebrity Expedition, we will provide you with a $200 travel credit towards the booking.
So, wow.
So, and
that
we have
is
another
incredible.
question?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
for the consumer. So if Mr. and Mrs. Smith are going to the Galapagos with us and they book it through TPI during this window, they get to bring their new GoPro camera to the Galapagos.
There you go.
Yep.
Awesome. We love it. Yeah.
Sound
way
good?
to do it.
For the consumers.
So if you're gonna book 23rd to the 28th, make
Correct.
sure you get that booked, get that deposit in. Reach out to your travel agent. Get yourself booked on a Galapagos cruise. You've got the $2,000 air credit, right?
We have a $2,000 air credit for Celebrity Expedition, and up to
Yes, for expedition.
and then $1,500 in per person savings on the Flora.
Per person.
So
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't hear the per person. That's $3,000 if you've got a double occupancy cabin, right?
yep.
Whoa, my knees are shaking. here.
Moral of the story, whoever would like to go to the Galapagos and is seriously considering it,
Do it
we
now.
can break down all of those specials and offers, and whether it's discount, whether it's a GoPro camera, we'll get you exactly what you'll get when we price you and provide you a quote.
And their travel agent. It's their travel agent, Dave.
Oh, well, they're TPI agent, of course.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Of course.
Because these deals are not offered directly to any consumers
No,
anyway.
you got to
so.
call your TPI agent. No. And again, if you don't have one, we'll get you one.
Well, this offer I'm talking about, the GoPro camera, is only till the 28th. The other offers are valid.
No,
Well, we cannot do that. It's a limited time offer.
we've got negotiation going on
But
here.
always check in with us to
Yeah.
see what promotions are going on, because Galapagos is a hot destination. We want to make sure that we get our guests out there so that they can enjoy all these amazing activities. We want to make sure that they get there while they can do everything. We want to make sure that they can enjoy the snorkeling, can enjoy the walking and the rides that are available.
Yep. So absolutely. So again, And it was just for the GoPro camera and the $200 credit that were the booking window of the 23rd to the 29th. The other offers are a little bit longer. Dave, do you know
yes,
when
actually, yeah.
the other offers are?
They're going to end April 3rd. So
Oh,
we
there
have
we go.
from now until April 3rd with the air offer, Flights by Celebrity, giving you air into Quito.
Right. It's just for the GoPro, for the
$200 expedition credit.
Expedition, I got it right. And, or the expedition is, you people are all confused. Call your travel agent. I call my travel agent. I don't try to remember all this stuff. I call my travel agent.
That's right.
Because travel agents, they know it all, and they will hook you up. They will work really hard to make sure that not only do you get the best deal, but you get the best vacation out there. So do we have any other questions? I don't want to miss anybody. We do have a raffle, right?
We
for
have
the
some
live stream
raffles.
people, the people here, we're going to do your raffle after we get off the live, once we finish. But we've got some raffle for our live
almost
stream
there.
people. We have 2 opportunities. Yep. And I'm going to ask the ladies in the back, Marissa Bell and Elizabeth, for our 2 raffle winners. That's what we're doing.
Yep, 2 for live stream.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yep.
Aren't
Two
you
for
glad
us.
you signed on tonight, guys?
Yeah. Yeah. And when we announce the winner, once they give us the winner, they will get your information. So don't worry. So what do we got here, Dave?
Sure. We have the Celebrity Cruises cooler bag right here. Also inside of this first one is a Celebrity Cruises stainless steel koozie. Hot or cold temperatures,
There you
whatever
go.
you prefer. And then a set of Celebrity Cruises Callaway golf balls in gift bag number 1. And is there a random one being pulled? Oh,
There we go.
You have one.
Oh, wow. Barbara Ballard. Yay.
Barbara Ballard. Round of applause for Barbara.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
And we hope to see you in the Galapagos.
Absolutely.
And we have
All right.
another bag.
We have another one.
Similar giveaways for a
Similar?
second winner.
Okay, second winner. Waiting. Ready?
Oh, I like your drum roll, Vicky.
The winner is?
No, I don't see it. Where?
I see Barbara
Gabriella?
Ballard.
It's not popping up. I don't know why. But Gabriella
Gabriella
Aragon?
Aragon?
Oh, that's
I know
my
Gabriella.
girl.
Hi, Gabriella.
Yay.
Congrats. We're going to have this sent to you,
Yay.
Gabriella. And Barbara.
I'm not crazy. It's not there.
No, it's not there.
They
all good.
So I want to thank everyone. I want to thank both of you. This has been, I've had fun. Have you all had fun? This has been really, really cool. So I want to thank you again for attending. Oh, we have something coming?
Is the $25 deposit?
Is the $25
Deposit good for Galapagos. So
Oh,
it is
okay.
not.
It is not.
It is not. But one thing I do want to say is we do have our deployment open all the way through 2020 is open for Galapagos. And at the end of the month, January 29th, we're opening 2021. Ooh. So you can definitely book way in advance.
So
put
if you're
your
looking
deposit.
for that triple, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Refundable deposit or?
Refundable deposit all the
Refundable
way
deposit.
through to final payment.
There you
Yes.
go. Wonderful. So
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. It was great being here.
Yep, thank you. We loved it. We loved it. I can't think of a more wonderful subject than the Galapagos. I'm going to turn you all into explorers, all of you. That's
right.
We're all going to be explorers. So thank you, everyone. We really appreciate you taking the time to attend today. Love it, love it, love it. And yay.
Saying goodbye to the broadcast now?
Yeah, we're saying bye to the broadcast people. The other people, we want you to hang around for
Thank
just a
you.
minute. So thank you, everyone.